So, as I finish my finals and almost being done with my masters, and I'm in business, and just looking at just the whole situation with Totally Not Mark, seeing these situations happens with my friend Geekdom 101, newer friends Insane Scholar dealing with the Dragon Ball Toei situation, and honestly having two different type of perspectives really because I'm a very, as people, if you're new to the channel, I'm an emotional person. I sometimes do things out of emotion, sometimes I do things in a tactical way, and even though I have 20,000 subscribers, this channel has had its ups and downs and struggles and successes over the years I've been on this channel. And being on YouTube for so long, being emotional, but yet also being educated in business in some way or fashion, and seeing different YouTubers go through these situations and seeing people lose their entire channels through copyright issues, even if they're doing fair use, or seeing people who claim fair use, but also do things in a very gray area. And all those different perspectives like that, and seeing Emosh's freaking 5 hour long live stream, and seeing people either who don't like Totally Mark agree with him, or people who do like him not agree with him on this aspects, I wanted to give my personal opinion about it before I gotta do something a little bit later. So this video is hopefully not going to be that long, but Totally Not Mark. I've enjoyed his come up, even though I've disagreed with him a lot. And in some of the ways he goes about things, I can tell he's someone who's very passionate about the things he does. And being a YouTuber who is nowhere near the same success level as him, but being on this platform longer, I would say, than him, I feel like I can give a kind of an idea of where he's going through a little bit. And as a person who knows, for some reason, knows a little bit more about how YouTube works than him, knowing about how working with different, I forgot the term itself. I love how I brag about it, but, different YouTube corporations, like, I don't know, like a Machinima or something, where you can work with partnerships and you can block different countries or different places like Japan or something like that to protect your copyright or protect your videos. It's surprising hearing that a person who's almost close to 1 million subscribers who doesn't know about that is making enough money where he can like afford different employees and stuff. It's very weird he didn't really know all this type of stuff. And it just kind of gives you the fact that some people, they grow really fast, but they don't really know the interwebs around YouTube like that. And seeing how different gigantic YouTubers supporting him, from PewDiePie to Philip DeFranco and all this stuff, and just seeing his videos, man, which you can tell there's a lot of emotion, there's a lot of passion. Like, again, as a person who deals with depression and all those other things, I can see all these actions are more emotional instead of thought out. And again, no offense to the dude, but that part in this second video, this is like post his latest video when he's talking about how he's given up on the whole going anti-Toei and stuff. But that second video where he has this long drawn out message towards the mangaka for One Piece, Oda, and I'm just sitting here, even though I understand where he's come from, like, what the fuck is this going to do? Like, you have this awkward where you're just standing there, you have your friend reading all this in Japanese. I'm just like, dude, like, the mangaka of One Piece is not going to do anything for Toei. They can barely even tell Toei what to do when they do any animation. Akira Toriyama even complained about how Dragon Ball Super's animation was weird, and it still took them a long time to get to a place where they were in the Future Trunks saga and different stuff like that. Like, again, I understand where it's at. It's all emotion. It still reminds me, like, I'm not even trying to draw this back up, but it kind of reminds me when Tyrone Magnus was talking about how Akira Toriyama was talking about the S cells because he's afraid of the backlash for America because of people didn't like Kel and Khalifa. And years later, we're still getting Kefla and Kel Khalifa DLC in video games, and that had nothing to do with anything. Like, I feel like there's a disconnect here where you're thinking getting the blessings of Akira Toriyama or Oda from One Piece is going to somehow rectify Toei Animation's bad business practices. And I have to agree with Emoch here is that a lot of people call YouTube crap, including me, but we still use this platform because there's no other platform that even competes. And asking your audience to move to a different platform, move to a different website is nigh impossible because most people don't even want to go to a video that has different stuff than you usually make. So try to convince an audience to go to another platform, it's probably not the best business move either. And even though he didn't say it, which again, I'm not saying anything Imash or other people didn't say already, but the fact of the matter is getting all these people's different supports, like a PewDiePie, a Phil DeFranco, Geekdom, all these other people, and then kind of using those powers and doing all these, fruitless efforts, really. Because, like, again, like, business is business. Like, you got to understand, like, it's like, for example, it's like the ladies who always preach about equality, but didn't always take the double standard of, well, I don't need to pay for dates. Men should be doing this and like that. Like, we got to acknowledge that even though we want certain things, this is the reality of the situation. Like, people who want, well, things should be like this, but this is the reality of it. Like, if you got popular off Dragon Ball on YouTube, you have to acknowledge that this is what comes with it. Toei is going to do Toei things. It's the same thing back when Nintendo was doing the Nintendo partnership stuff. It's like, either you understand this is how Nintendo works and you work with it and you hope things change, or you start covering entirely. Either way, it's a business move. And that's the thing about YouTube and dealing with YouTubers, and hell, I suffer from this too, is that it's really hard to understand the duology of YouTube is the perfect mixture of personality and business. And me being one of the big examples, I focus a little bit too much on personality and my business suffers. And when you're someone that big and you got employees, you have to focus more on the business than your own personal feelings. And I'm glad that he is stepping away from a more emotional standpoint, but I'm kind of glad that he did, because this could have been some situation where Toei or someone out there could say, you know what, even though it's a terrible business move, no one's getting paid for making our videos anymore, and they just go by the logic that they don't need us anymore. And then a lot of more people than just Totally Not Mark suffers. I do hope he gets his channel back. I still remember when Satan Scholar, before we became friends, when his channel got like freaking wiped out, and I was hoping for it to be everyone in my comment section, well, screw Satan Scholar. Like, nah, man, that shouldn't happen to anyone, even people like we don't like or we disagree with. So yeah, I hope those videos continue to come back. And again, this is all criticism of the actions he made, because this is an example for everyone, man. Geekdom had to go through this. A lot of people had to go through this, that when you pick something to be the base of your channel, you got to understand what comes with. Hell, like, even people who do anime reactions like me and different stuff like that, we got to understand that even though it's been years and those videos have been good, we got to understand how irrational this platform is. And with that being said, I still know my dream is to be a big YouTuber and be an entrepreneur through this, because I've been doing this for years. I do understand that once I get to a certain point, I have to have different insurances and repercussions for it. So like working like a Machinima, of course, Machinima's been dead for a long time, but working with different companies like that can help you get past YouTube's issues and help you do region blocks and stuff like that, and sacrifice a little revenue for that insurance is something you should be doing when you're making that much money. And you got to make certain sacrifices in revenue to do so, because if you wasn't an entrepreneur doing this influencer stuff, if you was in a corporation, you'd be sacrificing money to do the exact same thing for your own personal health. So I know people like Emosh are going to get a lot of crap for it, because, you're criticizing someone who's so loved, or people who just blindly follow YouTubers and see them as infallible. You're going to see everything on a personal standpoint so, amazing that they're doing, but you got to also see it from the people that, you're not going to fully agree with. So, yeah, man. No, just some quick thoughts about it. Because again, as a YouTuber who struggles trying to balancing out personal issues with business stuff, I definitely see where Totally Mark is coming from, man. But just as a person who looks at it business wise, all the stuff he did was kind of pointless, to be honest with you, because it's different laws and stuff like that. Like, yes, on a factual standpoint, it is fair use and he shouldn't be going through this. But on an objective standpoint, you can't be trying to say all these things and acting like it's really going to work. The long soliloquy to Oda, who has no powers in terms of Toei. He only focuses on his manga and different things like that. And in the passive aggressiveness towards YouTube, the passive aggressiveness towards Toei, this is just business at the end of the day. And it's unfortunate. and it sucks, man. But anyway, that's just some quick thoughts. Don't know, just felt like talking. It's been a while since I've been uploading on the channel. Let me know in the comment section down below how you feel about the totally not Mark situation. I think next video I should be talking about Spider-Man No Way Home. Really want to see that film. And yeah, let me know if there's any criticism about my business decisions if you want to talk about in the comment section below. SonTj, peace. Love you all.